You're watching Drake Queen Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Queen Gaming, and a 70 man on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Sparks, A Tale of Ink. Anyway, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now out for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up. Let's go. Let's crack this mystery, shall we? Suddites, you say? Where exactly? Zhangken explained the situation. The librarian only cocked a brow. Odd. These books, well, they aren't the most popular, if I'm being honest with you. How come? They are the originals, still waiting to be replicated by rescribes. Professor Caellam is waiting for other members of the Old World Historian Association to pick them up. So we can't give them out, and their use is strongly monitored. What keeps them from being removed, then? A secret system that I can't tell you about, lest you exploit it. I see. So, if they're monitored as you said, do you know who tampered with them and put the size between the pages? Unfortunately, we do not record the identity of the people unless they damage the books or remove them beyond a certain point. Has that happened before? This is information I cannot disclose. I can tell you, though, that at least ever since the last book, the 8th one, had been delivered here. No one had even touched any of them. Else was the person who delivered the books there here themselves. Zhangken murmured to himself as he began walking out of the library. Have a wonderful night. And you as well. Zhangken's thoughts were racing at the thought that Caellam may have set up this discovery by himself for someone to find. But why? If there was a truth to be found out there in the world that might change the perception of God, why not tell ones that were most interested in the topic? A river of thought streamed through the caves of his mind, reaching every crevice. Now was not the time to sleep. It was time to research further. White. An endless expanse of white. Or rather, nothingness, non-existence, purity, stillness. Words that could be used for what I was experiencing. An experience I enjoyed to return to as I fell asleep in my bed like every night. A chance to finally rest, to truly rest, without the pressings of reality weighing upon my shoulders. It is perhaps because of this that I am blessed in this realm with impotence. I'm sorry, what? You're blessed in this realm with impotence? Okay. Whatever body this dream bestowed upon me, I cannot even see it through peripheral vision. I do not feel myself breathing. I am unable to move. There are no sounds for me to hear, no flavor in the air for me to taste. Nothingness. Void. The only true bliss my cursed being ever experienced. I long forfeited the thought of using the time here for anything practical, as the memories and thoughts of this transcendent experience are not granted to my waking self. Thus, before life returns to me, that is resting in bed, I shall stop thinking. I enjoy those moments of letting my ever-swarming thoughts rest. Yes, peace of mind. Huh? What? What was that sound? It could have been a footstep, but as if someone was walking on water. Yeah, you know, water time. Or coffee time. Like a single drop of rain found its way into a cave that had been secluded since its creation. Disturbance. How? Why? It had been like this, simply me by myself ever since I can remember. Well now, we finally made it. I told you we could actually meet up again here. We just had to try hard enough. Now, about the plan. We're setting out tomorrow by... Silence, whelp. Dost thou not feel the presence of another? The enemy might be present. Do not foolishly name our plan while I can hear us. What are you talking about? Do not speak my name, or thou feedest the creature's mind with our plans. We shall not uncover our identities. This place is no longer secure. Well, what if whoever is listening is not our enemy? What if it's a friend? I shall not hear thy foolish arguments. It simply listens and would have spoken up were it able to communicate. We must make haste and leave at once. The presence of the voice vanished. It was unlike anything I'd ever felt before. Booming and intruding into my mind like roots digging into the heart of the soil itself. But it was gone now, leaving the other presence behind. I tried to reach out, but I cannot speak words to tell them I was here. That I did not mean them ill. Excuse my partner, he enjoys being cautious. But he is in the right. I cannot reveal my identity to a potential servant of him. Yet if our meetings here keep on overlapping, well, perhaps it means a red string of fate is stitching paths into our lives. Thus, if she wills it so, we shall meet once again. Gods be with you, stranger. And with that, I felt life returning to my body, memories leaving my grasp. Was there truly more than one God? Who? Just talk to me. The dining hall was filled with a cacophony of voices and sounds. Rain against the massive window was only an additional noise that mixed with students, professors, and other academy staff talking, discussing, eating, and walking to their seats. Boots and shoes trampled on the hard wooden floor. Books, plates, and bowls getting put on wooden tables, chairs pushed and pulled. Smells of all kinds mixed in the massive hall, from sweet pastries to spicy stews. They were flowing into the hall, both from the hungry visitors who brought their dishes to the tables, as well as the massive kitchen that cooked for everyone who brought an appetite. Zhangken had found himself at a plain table that left space for more people to sit, near the massive windows that gave everyone who spared a glance a view outside. His eye focused on a book. He tried to ignore the noises of the crowd. Usually he preferred to take the food to his room. Staying here made him nervous. In one hand he held a marble-like object with a slightly relieved surface that he moved fluidly between the pads of his right hand. There we go. The other hand clenched a wrap whose look spoke for itself. Salad, pieces of poultry, and a greasy sauce were flowing out of it. Lucky for the kitchen, most of these were easy to preserve over the month with no sun. To turn the page, he put the wrap down on a plate of clearly reshaped wood and grabbed the book's paper, leaving stains of grease on it. While lost in the pages and his food, he completely missed a figure appearing behind him. From his peripheral vision, he assumed it would be Gale first, as they took punctuality rather seriously. Yet upon turning around, he saw the face of Caellam, who sported his signature grin and put down a wooden bowl of soup and a massive wooden mug filled with a red beverage. Reflexively, he covered the book so neither the broth nor the fluid would spill on its pages to prevent further damage. As he brought his form down, Zhangken could not stop himself from marveling at the man's frame once again. Most people thought historians and scholars were scrawny folk that could be snapped in half by a gentle sea breeze. On the contrary, Caellam could even make a veteran soldier look like a fresh recruit. "Good to see you. Gale told me the two of you found something in the library yesterday and invited me to come study it with you. I am excited. I haven't been out in the field in a while, and some practice is going to keep me from getting rusty. Ha ha." He enthusiastically thrust the spoon into the stew and fished out some chunks of vegetable and seafood that he shoveled into his mouth. The bowl spread a distinct fish-like smell that made Zhangken shudder. "What do you mean getting rusty? You were out 2 weeks ago and brought back another one of those diaries. Didn't you even travel to sea for that?" "Usually I prefer going out every week. You should know that." "I don't, because you're also teaching multiple classes and we have missed so many of them that even I am getting anxious about what we're missing out on." "Is that so? Perhaps the material I provided in my absence was not enough. It would explain why the percentage of students failing has been at a worryingly stagnant level." "She'll stop heading out without any proper notice in the future?" "That is clearly not what I said. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. What was it you found in the library?" Zhangken felt frustrated, but also knew that arguing with the man wouldn't lead anywhere. At least not at the moment. "A pair of strange sodites. They were nestled in the 4th volume of the diaries." "What makes them strange in particular?" Well, I don't know. They just feel strange." "Ha ha ha! I see. Why do you suppose they were in the 4th volume, not one of the lighter ones?" "I am not entirely sure. I've tried reading the books to no avail, as I don't speak the language they are written in." "Indeed, we are still puzzled by them as well. But we know that they describe a lesser-known side to the king. His love for science." "Right. I heard the old world was filled with strange devices and contraptions. Objects that allowed communication over long distances with nary a delay. Currents harnessing energy from a variety of sources, powering entire cities. Long-distance flying machines and devices that could store and output information whenever it was needed." There you go. Talk done. "Wondrous, is it not?" "It does seem like it was. Life must have been easy back then, when you did not have to work and simply could enjoy life." Yet he ultimately took it all." "He did. He recreated the entire world and left only too few traces of this wondrous technology." "Why do you think that is?" Zhangken's tail flicked at the question, while Caellam's ears wiggled in excitement. Despite studying the old world and the Ascension as well, Caellam had never inquired why exactly. "You are interested in this mystery just as I am." "As many are. Why did the Sovereign choose to shape the world the way it is now? Why is it that you doubt the records we have? Because the promise that we always hear is of a safe world. Order presides. There's no need for conflict or for war. We can plan every step of our lives out as we know the course of every single day. But why is it then that we cannot make the same technological progress as those that came before us? Why between all this uncertainty? He felt the bandage that covered his eye and paused, calming his breath. Why did it happen? Caellam seemed pleased after all these questions, and instead of answering them, reached into one of his coat pockets. He presented a fine leather bag, typically used to store all manner of cards. As expected, he pulled out a full deck and put it on the table. Could you do me a favor and flip over the first card? The cards themselves seemed rather new. No signs of use, and the motif on their back was rather modern as well. Artists these days love their geometrical shapes, and the back of this deck was full of them. Sovereign. He took the card out. He took the card and turned it around, revealing the card named Sovereign. An old world word meaning sovereign. Huh. What is it? This must be a modern deck, no? It is very unusual to present the Sovereign with dark fur. Usually people associate him with the paleness of ink. I actually got it gifted from the artist. She came along on my last expedition to study old world art. She said the artwork was inspired by her last visit to the capital. But that wasn't my point. Please put the card anywhere in the deck. As he was asked, Zhangken lifted the deck up and put the card he just drew back in. Caellam grabbed it and shuffled the cards energetically. Zhangken wasn't sure what it meant, but it was a nice distraction from the noise in the hall. Caellam put the deck back on the table once again. Did he place it exactly where it was before? All right, the first card again. This time, tell me which card it is. Huh? How am I supposed to know? Come now, give me a good guess. I don't know, Four of Flames? Wrong. It is once again the Sovereign. Caellam took the first card, and as predicted, revealed the Sovereign card. The other card could have been a coincidence, but there was only one of him in every traditional deck. 1 second, y'all. Coffee time. I'm impressed. That was a great guess. Lad, that wasn't a guess. Come, place the card in the deck again and shuffle them. I'll tell you when to stop. As asked, Zhangken began shuffling the cards this time. He wasn't much of a card game player, so his technique was very sloppy compared to Caellam's. Eventually, the professor gave the signal, and Zhangken stopped shuffling the cards. Now, which card is on top? It can't be. Well, take a look then. Zhangken revealed the first card. As he had dreaded, it was once again the black-furred animal holding a white heart. How do you... The second and third cards are all above and the void below. The fourth is the celestial emissary. With hastened disbelief did Zhangken reveal the exact cards that Caellam mentioned. All above and void below were figures from an old religion that was predominant in the days before the Sovereign's reign, as the history books claimed. The emissary was a prominent figure in the text relating to the ascendant religion. Do you understand now? What? Do you understand why someone would do what the Sovereign did to the world? I don't think I follow. Follow what? Gale had approached with a bowl that smelled of freshly baked cheese and poultry, while the other hand held a cup of bitter-smelling drink. The strong-smelling beverage was cooked from beans and would keep most people awake. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Zhangken himself hated the taste, even when supplemented with a lot of sugar. Many a professor and student swore by it to keep energetic throughout the day. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Almer. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. You're awesome. We love you. We hope you enjoy your new icon anyway. If y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty? I love you all, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!